Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got good vibes right now. We've been cashing. Hope you guys have been tailing these picks because we've been getting back in the green. We went 4-0 last night on Prize Picks and Underdog. Night before, we went 3-1 with a push, and then the night before that, Jordy got the sweep as well. So we're feeling good. The vibe is right. Our Discord, we've been killing it. The community is just on fire right now. I mean, my gosh, like. Consul, one of our analysts, has just been killing it with the six mans. Moose has been all of a sudden a maestro with the CS2 plays. We've just been having a lot of fun. So we have really good vibes. It's Flex Friday. We have another great game to get into tonight. Before we get started in these plays, though, if you guys haven't signed up for Prize Picks yet, use the promo code at the bottom of the screen. They're going to match your first deposit up to $100. And if you haven't signed up for Underdog yet, use code BACKDOOR. You're going to get a deposit match up to $250, and you're going to get a discounted play, an instant pick'em special that you can insert right into your lineups. But yeah, plus it's Flex Friday. We're just really excited to get into this. And we're going to do a Discord giveaway. We already have one going. If you guys want to go check out that video with We Got Gravy, that's the big one. That's the 6-month membership giveaway. It's going to be active until we announce the winner. So if you go over and subscribe, like that video, comment on it, you have a chance to win a 6-month membership. But we're also going to give away a month to our Discord. If you guys can get this video up to, we'll do 200 likes this time. I mean, which is sad because you guys used to give us like 300-400, no problem. Now we're cashing. You guys are giving us like 60 or 70. That's insulting. You guys are being lazy. Just kidding. But I'm just saying, just press the button. You press a button. But anyways, though, we are going to, if you guys can get it to 200 likes, we're going to do a month membership to our Discord. We'll give it away in the following video. But yeah, and let's talk real quick. I'm kind of getting confused here. Let's talk about the plays we're getting into. These have been in our Discord for a little bit. If you guys remembers, we got getting these out early lately. But yeah, I'm taking on Prize Picks, Derek Lively, fantasy score over 22.5. Feeling great about this play. Jaden McDaniels, we're going to run it back. He was good to us last game. He's been on a heater. The dude is just looking like an absolute stud. So excited to take this for more than 24. And then on Underdog, I'm running both of their PRA. So this is pretty discounted on Underdog. Jaden McDaniels 17.5 PRA. I love it. And Derek Lively 16.5 PRA. I'm going to be taking that for more as well. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, so on Prize Picks, I'm going with Jaden Hardy under 0.5 turnovers. He's only been getting like 10 minutes a game, so to me it makes sense. And then I'm going with Anthony Edwards over his points tonight. I think he's going to bounce back and correct the narrative here. So
yeah, man, I do too. Jordy and I were just talking about that. Like all postseason, the Wolves have been responding to the sort of like the public narrative. They go down 2-0. Or no, they went up 2-0, and then they go down by a game when the Nuggets won 3 straight. Everybody was counting them out, and they just came back and dominated.
Yeah.
So they've been kind of like responding to the public narrative, and I think that we were talking about like potentially, maybe Kyrie is going to do great tonight, but I wouldn't be surprised either if they really lock him down after all of the social media hype and whatnot about how he burned Anthony Edwards and stuff. So
on Underdog, I'm taking Tim Hardaway's 3-pointer because they didn't have the Jaden Hardy. So I'm taking Tim Hardaway's 3-pointer over 0.5.
That's my bad.
No, it's all
I thought you listened to your plays and like, we're going to chat a little bit here.
No, you're good.
Anyways, hope you guys got that, what Jordy was talking about there. But all right, so let's talk about the recap real quick and then we'll get into these plays. So let's see. Yeah, where are we at? All right, so on Prize Picks, I took Obi Toppin over 9 points. He ended up going for 11. Thankfully, honestly, we kind of got lucky with the blowout there. I think he got, I was honestly in the middle of my dynasty fantasy football draft, so I wasn't watching the game super closely, but I looked up and he was back in the game. So I don't know if he got a little bit of extra time once they were down by 20 late in the game. But yeah, and then Drew Holiday, we took him for over 31.5 fantasy score, and he cashed at 32.6. So that was a close call. And then on Underdog, we took Drew Holiday's points for over 13.5. He went for 15, and Obi Toppin, we took the same. We got his points at 9. Had it at 8.5, but it changed in the middle of the video on Underdog. But he went for 11, so we cashed there. You want to talk about your plays, bro?
Yeah. So we took on PrizePicks, we took Derek White's block and steal for over 1.5. He cashed that. It was a little bit of a sweat though. He got the last one in the fourth quarter. He might not have gotten it if like they didn't throw the bench in with like 8 minutes left and they were only down by 10. But they kind of threw in the towel early, and the Celtics did not. They left their guys in for a long time. So luckily, with like 4 minutes left, I think he got the last steal. He had a lot of opportunities though where he blocked the ball and they called a foul, and it was clearly not a foul. So he would have had like 4, honestly, if they weren't calling such ticky-tack fouls the entire game. And then we took Andrew Nimhard for over 10.5 points. He went for 16. You know, I was a little apprehensive of going anything over the 11 mark because he's been hitting that a lot. So, but he had a great game, and they put him in late when that blowout happened. So he had a lot of extra run at the end of the game. We also took his first quarter points on Underdog for over 1.5, and he had 5. So we cashed on all the platforms there.
All right. Good. Felt good to get the sweep.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, we've been cashing in the Discord because we work together as a community. So we're just like building out slips the whole day. But yeah, the video picks, it always feels good when the picks we're putting out, you know, to you guys are hitting. Just want to quickly mention, we are partnered with Sleeper. We're going to start covering their content pretty soon here. And I wanted to bring it up. If you use code BackdoorFS, so throw the FS on the end for Sleeper, you'll get a deposit match up to $100. But I wanted to mention it because they're doing, it looks like they're running a $20 protected play today for Major League Baseball. So if you guys are interested in that, I just want to let you guys know there's a promo going on over there today, $20 protected play. All right. And then if you guys haven't signed up for DG Fantasy yet, the DFS optimizer is been killing it for us. We absolutely believe in their tools. We love what they're doing over there. We think they're brilliant people, honestly, with the tools they're making. Matt Downs is just like a genius when it comes to understanding sports betting and odds. Even though what we're doing is daily fantasy, there's some similarities there with calculating odds and whatnot. If you use code BACKDOOR at dgfantasy.com, you'll get 25% off of however long you sign up. So if you want that 25% off of a month, you can get it for a month, 3 months, 6 months, a full year. If you want the full savings, just use code BACKDOOR. You get 25% off of any of the tools they offer. Speaking of their other tools, they just added a feature to the AI slip generator. The slip generator was already awesome. It's a volume play. So, you know, it pretty much, nothing's a guarantee, but if you look at the track record, if over time, if you're taking the slips that their AI is generating, you're going to win more often than you're going to lose. And now they added a feature where instead of having to plug those plays in, you can just press the button and it'll auto populate your prize picks, which is awesome. That's gonna be a game changer, especially come football season. Yeah, if you guys want to take advantage of that, 25% off when you use code BACKDOOR at dgfantasy.com. There's a link in the description for all of this stuff if you guys want to take advantage. All right. Oh, and by the way, when I talked about the Discord giveaway for the 200 likes, that will be to a subscriber, which is most likely who would win anyways. But if you're subscribed to the channel, that's who we're going to make sure it's a subscriber that wins, since you guys are, you know, supporting the channel and whatnot. All right, so let's talk about these plays. So I'll take a quick look at the over under here. We have a 207.5 over under with the Timberwolves favored by 5.5. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about the over under there. I think this is going to be another killer game. When it comes to Derek Lively, so we're taking his PRA on Underdog and his fantasy score on PrizePicks. I love this play. He's gone over his PRA at 16.5, 4 out of his last 5 games. The game that he missed it, he just barely missed it. He went for 15. and he's been getting minutes. You can count on him and Daniel Gafford getting pretty much equal minutes, and it's actually been working like a charm. Those guys are both great centers, perfect builds for the Mavericks. But it seems like in crucial situations, they kind of have Lively leading the way a little bit. He's really emerging as an awesome fit for the Mavericks, just kind of like we called out at the beginning of the year when they were, getting after him. We were getting his lines super low. The dude's been going back into beast mode. That last game, he went for 9 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. That's why I wanted the full PRA. His points rebounds are at 15.5, and his PRA is at 16.5. And so while he's not considered to be, known for assists, he still got 3 in that last game. So if they're only bumping it up a point, I'm going to take it. And then the game before that, when they were playing against OKC, he got 3 assists. So it's become a little bit more a part of his bag as of late. So I'm feeling great about this. Since we're taking the fantasy score, I want to take a look at the blocks and steals real quick. He's gone 4 straight games with at least 2 blocks or steals. And we know that those are worth 3 points a pop on the fantasy score metrics. So I definitely want a piece of that. So that's why I'm taking the full fantasy score. Plus rebounds are worth just a little bit more in fantasy score, 1.2. Assists are worth 1.5. So it does stack up a little differently than just the PRA alone. Plus you get the upside of the defense. Okay, so Luka's a game time decision. Nothing, he's going to play. He's not going to sit out for this game, but just a little quick injury report there. When it comes to matchup for Lively, the Wolves are 13th in points allowed to centers, 5th in rebounds allowed, and 13th in assists allowed. So that's probably the juiciest matchup on the board. Shooting guards, they get a lot of rebounds there, but they're obviously a good defensive team, but they surprisingly, they actually are a little bit softer when it comes to the center position. So feeling great about this play. He's averaging 26.3 minutes per game. Look at this. Over the last 5 games, 19.6 rebound chances per game, 3.6 potential assists, just 2.2 fouls per game, not getting in foul trouble, shooting 61% from the field. Most of that is just dunks. He's only taking 5.6 attempts. So we know his points are like in that 8 to 10 range. It's nothing too crazy. And that about covers it. He's been clutching up with the free throws lately. Doesn't really have to do that often, but they've been kind of going to hack a Lively. We've seen that, in some of these games recently when they're close, and he's been knocking down his shots. So overall, I'm just feeling good about his points, rebounds, couple assists, and he's actually been surprising on defense. He's been pretty solid against the Minnesota Bigs. So feeling great about this play. If we take a look at the DFS optimizer, they've got it favored to go over at 22.5 fantasy score, 51.74% odds to hit the over. The only other platform that has this is BetMGM. They have it at 23.1. I think he'll be able to get this done regardless. It's going to be, I don't expect him to crush this, but I think he'll be in the high 20s. Maybe he has a really monster game, but I think that 22.5 is just too low. I totally expect him to get this done personally. And then when it comes to the PRA, they have this favor to go over at 16.5 as well. Pretty much a 50-50 shot according to DG. They have it at a 50.31% odds to hit the over at a -118. And then we've kind of got a mixed bag here as far as like other platforms. We got some -120s, some favoring 50-50, some favoring it to go under, and then some as high as -140 to go over. So go with your gut as usual. Whatever you like, just take that. All right, so Jaden McDaniels. His PRA, obviously, he's been really trending up lately, and it's kind of corresponded a little bit with his minutes, but I think he's really just been putting it together for the most part. His last 3 games, he's gone for 26 or more PRA. That last game, he's gone for 21 points or more in 3 straight games, so he's really putting it together on offense. That first matchup against Dallas, he went for 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. So love that 17.5 line on Underdog for his PRA. And then we know this guy is one of the most elite defenders in the game. In that last game, he didn't even do that much, and he still crushed his fantasy score. But look at that, he comes in, he gets just 1 steal, which is unusual for him. If you look at his history in that Denver series, he was just dominating on defense. And so if we get a little bit of this tonight, that's going to be even better for his fantasy score. But the fact that he crushed his fantasy score even without anything significant on defense makes me even more excited about this. And I believe he may have had 3 turnovers in that game, no defense, and still beat that fantasy score by almost 10 points. So tonight, if he cleans up the turnovers a little bit and gets like a block or steal, has somewhat of a similar game to what he's been having over the last 5 straight, I think he's going to crush this line again, even at 24. We got it at 23.5 in Discord earlier, but I still love it at 24. And obviously the PRA I feel great about as well. Been averaging 35.6 minutes a game over the last 5, just 3 fouls. That's part of what makes him an elite defender, is the dude's amazing, getting 3 blocks and steals a game. And only 3 fouls, shooting 62% from the field, 10.4 attempts. He's really been getting after it on offense, which you love to see. 56% from 3 on 5 attempts. So he's been averaging 2.8 3-pointers per game. 77% from the free throw line, not really getting there too often, but feeling really great about this play. And let's see, the DFS optimizer, they have his fantasy score favored to go under. So keep that in mind if you're uncomfortable with it. But this is exactly what it said last time, when we took it. And that's because Prize Picks is respecting him a little bit more. They have it up at 24. BetMGM has that 23.4. So I think the optimizer is just recognizing that it's higher on Prize Picks than it is on BetMGM. But I'm still very comfortable taking the over here. But go with your gut if there's another play you prefer. And then if we take a look at the PRA on Underdog, they have this favored to go over 17.5, 52.78% odds to hit the over at a minus 131. So the DG loves this play. So feeling good about this. If you guys do want to check out this app here, Outlier, there's just a free trial. Just go through the link in the description of the video. They're hooking up all of our viewers, just letting you give it a test run. It's awesome. It's super crucial to what we do. So go through that link and try it out free for 7 days. All right, Jordy, I'll pass it over here.
All right. Yeah, man. So to get me into my plays here, I've got the Jaden Hardy under and Anthony Edwards points over. Honestly, Anthony Edwards is one of those plays where tonight I'm probably going to go bump this up on Chalkboard. I just think he's going to have a big game. So, that's kind of the narrative I'm feeling. So if you guys want to try out Chalkboard, I highly recommend it. You can adjust plays, you can bump them up or down. So if you put them up, you get a higher multiplier on your plays, and it's honestly a lot more than you think. It's not like you bump it up 2 or 3 and it goes up 0.5x. It goes up a lot. If I were to put Anthony Edwards up at 29.5 or 30.5, it would probably be a 3 or 4x. Honestly, it's pretty crazy the lines you can get over there. You can take things like Anthony Edwards for the first score of the game, stuff like that. So it's really fun over there. If you guys want to check that out, there's a link in the description. Just make sure you use code BACKDOOR at checkout, and they'll match your first deposit up to $100, just like Prize Picks and the rest of them. So it's a great deal over there. All right, cool. So Jaden Hardy under. This play is obviously a little risky. He's gone under this play 42 out of 83 games, so he's 50-50 on the year. But over the last 20 games, he's only gone over this 9 times. In the last 10, he's only gone over it 2. He's not getting a lot of minutes in the playoffs is the reason. Some of these games, the first game, not even in the playoffs. So in the playoffs, he's just not been getting the time, which makes sense. He comes in at the end when it's a blowout, or if they're just needing a guy for a little bit, they'll throw him in there. But he's only been getting 14 minutes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes. 9 minutes in the last game against Minnesota here, so I don't think he'll be in long enough to get this turnover. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he gets some extended run, but I just don't think so. This is going to be a very competitive series, so I don't expect a lot of these guys to get in very much. So to me, it's a little bit of a risky play, but I feel great about it. It's a 53.25% chance to go under and a minus 135. So to me, it's just a time thing. He's just not getting the time. So hopefully when he is in there, he just takes care of the ball and he doesn't get too many opportunities to mess it up. So if you guys don't like it, you don't have to take it, but I feel comfortable with it. And then Anthony Edwards, this is just a total gut play because it is juice to go under pretty much on everything. So minus 125 across the board to go under, but I just think they're going to correct the narrative here. I think he's going to have a big bounce back game. Over the last 5 games, he's only gone over this line 1 time. He went for 44 points. He went for 27 in the one game against Denver, so he got really close. I know that, but he was putting in work for a little bit there. 3 games back to back where he went for 36, 40, and 43. So, maybe it's just a little tired, but I think tonight, after getting embarrassed by Kyrie Irving, that he's going to come back and have maybe a big 30-point game or something like that. So it's just a, narrative I'm creating. Hopefully I'm right on this one. If you guys don't feel that way, take the under or just fade the play entirely. I do like his full PRA too to go over. I just like the points a little bit more. I don't want him to have to rip down like 11 rebounds or something and get a bunch of assists, when it's just going to be kind of a tough matchup to do that in. So I just like the full on points for him to just get going scoring wise. So that's what I'm going with here. Like I said, it is juiced to go under. So if you don't like it, I totally understand. There's some other things you can take. Like his fantasy score is really juiced to go under, 54.46% chance. But if he has a big scoring game, he's going to crush that line. So just be careful with whatever you take tonight. I feel great about his points, and that's the 2 plays that I'm going to be going with for tonight.
All right. And you covered underdog as well. That's both of them.
Sorry, Tim Hardaway. Let me pull that back up really quick. Tim Hardaway. I felt good about this play too. It's just his 3-pointer. So basically, Tim Hardaway's not been getting an insane amount of time. Like he's in the last game, he only got 10 minutes and he missed this line. But if you look over the stretch here, he's gone over the 16 out of 20 games. And in the head-to-head, he's gone over this 4 out of 6. So I think he'll get probably a little bit more time tonight. If he can get like 15 to 16 minutes or anywhere in there, maybe even over 10 minutes, I think he'll hit this line no problem. He's averaging 3 attempts when he's in there. He's shooting 30%. So if he can just get us 1, that's the play I felt, pretty good about on underdog over there. And it's just a full play too. So I feel pretty good about him getting that done over there. So that's the 3 I've got.
All right. Sounds good. If you guys want to come check out our Discord, there's a link in the description of the video. Just go through the Patreon. We've been having a great time. The community is just so awesome. We just keep getting like tighter knit, stronger connections in here. It really, honestly, kind of sounds cheesy, but making a lot of friends in here. We kind of get started early in the morning and we're just kind of active in here all day. So if you guys want to check that out, just sign up through Patreon and then just go into your Patreon settings and connect your Discord and it'll do the rest of the work for you. It'll, unlock all the channels, send you over to our Discord. If you decide to do that, make sure you hop in the community chat. Let us know that you've joined so we can kind of show you around. And I think that covers everything. Good luck with your Flex Friday slips. If you go play the sleeper protected play for MLB, good luck with that. Have a good weekend, guys, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Good luck, guys.